Good day, Merry Meet. My name is Glennis and I am the Witch of Whitetail Hollow. I want to warmly welcome you to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. First, before we get started, I want to say very clearly that this video is not meant to replace, substitute in any way, shape, or form medical attention. If you feel horribly ill, then take yourself to an emergency room, an urgent care, to your doctor, whatever it is that works for you. I'm just simply sharing something that I personally do. It's just my personal choice. And if it's something maybe you can try if you feel a flu coming on. And anyway, I'll share the dosage with you in just a moment. And what I'm talking about is sweet gum balls. Sweet gum balls, properly tinctured, have the same ingredient as Tamiflu. Now, Tamiflu and this tincture will not prevent you from catching the flu. It will help alleviate the symptoms that you feel, the pain that you feel, and hopefully shorten the duration of your flu. This is something that I've done for years and years and years. And although thankfully I haven't had a flu every year, I absolutely do have a flu shot every year. The first year that I moved back to the States, I moved back in May. In December, I was sicker than you could ever imagine. I mean, I couldn't eat. It was December. I couldn't eat. I was so sick. And ever since then, and that's been many, many years ago, ever since then, I absolutely do have a flu shot. But I have someone I consider a very dear friend gift me with green, now it has to be green, sweet gum balls. And I've been sitting here trimming one. The ones that she sent, I put them in a smaller container and set them aside. And the little spines, I'm not really sure what you would call these, turned brown. And I've been trimming them off, and this is the size. Now you might very well see green sweet gum balls larger than this. You will have to process them differently. Take them outside or whatever works for you, and you may have to just hammer the stew out of them to process them. But these are so small and so tender that I've cut off the little spines, and all I have to do is take a pair of scissors and cut them in half and add them to my tincture. And that's really, I prefer them, and that's one reason why I prefer them smaller. I personally feel that the smaller they are, the more tender they are, the more shikimic acid that they have. That's not a proven thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know. But I will allow this tincture to set a minimum of 2 months. More than likely, knowing me, I will let it set for 3 months, at which time I will strain it. And although it's not said that you have to, more than likely what I strain and what I keep, I will keep in the refrigerator, just because I don't want to take a chance of that something has gotten in there that maybe gone off a little bit. It really shouldn't be, because the alcohol content that you need to use for this to work very, very well is a minimum 100 proof. I have bought Everclear. Now, Everclear is not sold everywhere because of the high alcohol content that it is. but I believe it is 190 proof. The higher the proof that you have for your tincture, the more of the compound that will be pulled into the liquid, which is why in some of the tinctures that I have done here, and I've had some subscribers say, well, I can't find a high alcohol content. Well, you can still make the tincture. It probably won't be as strong because it doesn't have that pulling power, but just find the highest proof that you can and go that route. It doesn't matter if it's vodka or rum or whatever, as long as the alcohol content is pretty up there. This is all I use Everclear for, is my tinctures. Now, as far as alcohol is concerned, I know I've shared with you guys, of course I make my own vanilla extract and my own either orange and or lemon extract. Again, you don't have to use Everclear for this. You can just use a vodka for this. Now, as far as using this when the time comes, hopefully you will not become ill with the flu this coming fall. Of course, we all hope not to. But as far as dosage is concerned, at the first sign that you feel like you're having a flu, not just a cold sniffle, I'm talking, a flu, you're having a fever, a dry hacking cough, something like that, a dropper, one dropper, they say one dropper full. I'm going to say from this dropper, 5 drops at least once a day. And the more you feel unwell, maybe 3 times a day, maybe 4. Now remember, this is a really high alcohol content, so you shouldn't be driving, operating machinery, having too much fun or anything like that. But 5 drops out of this dropper. But basically the dosage is 1 ml. And that's 3 to 4 times a day. And that's if you're like really in the throes of not feeling well and just, it's not going to, like I said, it's not going to prevent you from becoming ill, but it will help with the symptoms, and it will absolutely keep the duration shorter. But what I'm doing now, I'm not, of course, taking this now because this has got 3 months to go, just in time for fall. So if you can at all find some green, it's got to be green, sweet gum balls, then please absolutely get started on this. If they're very, very small, or if they're bigger, then do whatever it is that you have to do, because I'd hate to think of some of us not being able to get out and about and get to the doctor. They may be not necessarily closed down, but I mean, we've seen some tough times to where, just going to the dentist the other day, I have to wait out in the car. They come out and they take my temperature. And, I understand there's certain procedures and protocols they have to follow, but I guess, that's the prepper in me. Many of you know I'm an absolute prepper. That was one of the reasons why I bought the Hollow when I did. Of course, this has been, 5 or so years ago. I saw a few things going on that, I'm not paranoid, and didn't make me, paranoid, but I was beginning to wonder. And that's when I said, I need a property that, heaven forbid, if there's civil unrest or, whatever, to where I can get myself to. It's absolutely, I hope that I never need it for that, but at a bare minimum, it's for retirement. But if I ever feel the need to, be there, then that's what I'm going to do. And there's only absolutely one other person that I have shared the GPS coordinates for the hollow to. And I told them, I said, if you ever have to just literally just go, I said, that's where I'm going to be, and you are welcome. So, and you, of course, you are still welcome. But right now, what I'm doing, of course, I mean, I drink a little bit here and there. I don't smoke, and I try to eat as healthy as I can. I try to. But I'm absolutely right now, I'm taking elderberry, and I have been for months, months and months and months. They've got little chewies, or they've got the fizz tabs. If I'm traveling, I take these with me once a day. Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, and that's one of those preventative things, because I don't like going to the doctor. I don't like going to the hospital or anything like that. So, because I'm sure that they'll find something to do, something to do that I won't like. But I hope this helps you guys some. And again, I want to stress this. If you are feeling so ill that, you feel like it's beyond you, go to the hospital, go to the doctor, the urgent care, whatever it is that you have to do. But for me and how I live my life, if I start to feel unwell, then I absolutely will start taking this. One meal a day is not going to hurt me, of course. Well, it's not going to hurt me at all. But if I can reduce my symptoms to where they're manageable, and if I can reduce the time that I feel ill, then absolutely, absolutely. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of the day, rest of the evening. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay magical. Mary Part, and I absolutely so hope to Mary meet again. Goodbye, guys.